Before it comes up here, just wanted to remind the board at the May 9th board meeting, the village board approved the conceptual plan, and then subsequently at the August 15th meeting, the board approved initiating negotiations for a master development agreement with Edwards Realty. So the negotiations with Edward Realty are ongoing, and we're very optimistic that we can get to a MDA. So what Ed will do right now is he will go through the different parcels here, and you'll see they're parcel A through C, and he'll just talk about where we are right now with Edwards as far as their conceptual plans.
Here, I've got a microphone right here, and you can use this. There we go. Oh, got it. It comes off the stand too, if that will be easier.
They give them the floodlights. Should have pedestal move forward.
There we go.
Got it?
All right. Understood. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, the rest of the Village Board of Trustees. The most important thing to note as I walk through some of the land uses that the selected developer is contemplating is one of the first things the mayor said, that while we are identifying the most, to date, what has been the predominant land use for each parcel, each one of these will have, this entire project will have to come back for village board approval through the standard planning and zoning process. So this is by no means the final approved plan. But for parcel A, which I'll identify on the map and display, they are proposing for the first level 32,000 square foot of commercial, which includes a mix of restaurants and retail to sort of capitalize on the pedestrian street that Jefferson will become. And in addition to that, they will have 17,500 square foot of office. Parcel B, which is directly adjacent, and
Let me jump in for just a second. Remind all the people watching that these pictures, what you see on the left-hand side, is not up to date. What Ed is giving you is the up-to-date number. So there's things on there on the left that were previously proposed, so this new one is
correct. So that's a very good point. And as we've gone through this process, we've gone from a wider range of land uses to ones that are more suitable for the market and the time being, as well as for the area where they'll be placed. So previously there was a discussion of land uses that ranged from commercial all the way to residential, hotel, and different entertainment type uses that are listed on the exhibit that's being shown, but what I'm telling you is the most currently what has been proposed as the most likely land use to be selected. So thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Parcel B, which is directly adjacent, which will be shared using the shared pedestrian street for outdoor seating and other to add activity to the street. They're looking to do another 32,000 square foot of commercial, again a mixture of restaurants and retail, maybe some different services and things like that, but mostly restaurants and retail. And then level 2 will include 17,500 square foot of office. All these are being vetted currently, and that shows exactly what the most preferred land use selection that the village has been made aware of for that parcel. Parcel C, located here in the southwest corner of the site, will be is proposed to be a 11,000 square foot daycare use. Parcel E, which directly adjacent to, or directly north of the parking deck, is going to be proposed as a 75,000 square foot medical office. And the parcel that was previously housed in Crescent Park was proposed to be at one point to be a e-gaming center, is now being proposed as two different options. One would be a One would be a 78,000 square foot auditorium and entertainment venue with 2 rooftop restaurants, and the other will be the other would be potentially a 10,000 square foot entertainment user. The village prefers obviously the 78,000 square foot entertainment user. It's a better use of the land. It's a better use of the space overall, and the 10,000 square foot, and it serves as a more significant draw to the downtown overall. And then the final parcel H signified on the plan is another one-story restaurant that what we've worked with the developer to do to actually add a street edge is to move that building as close as possible to LaGrange Road. So as you see here, this is laid out as the most current land use selections that the developer is currently being vetted with our financial consultant to determine the amount of increment that this could potentially generate, and that will guide the village's decision and the board's decision as to what land use selections are made and potentially what subsidy would be granted to the developer.
And what I will add here in the negotiations and discussions is, again, they have users and LOIs and all that for all of these different variations. Right now, the two up to the north are restaurant, retail, office. What we have discussed, just due to the market and due to the 7% interest, there may be a need to put some residential in there because it's a little bit more profitable. We have discussed that we would consider residential as long as, and basically what would happen is the office space would move over to one building and be more stories, and then the residential, but we have told them no more than 120 units, which if you put it in perspective, 9750 I think has 295, so much smaller residential, and so, but we've given that as an alternative. It's not their first choice, but if they need to in order to attract bank financing and the like, that's something we've considered. And also to Ed's point, where the entertainment venue, the auditorium, I think it was at least 1,600 seats. Correct. Additionally, we have kind of, I guess we're discouraging a 10,000 square foot entertainment user because that would just be surface parking lot as opposed to really something more substantial. So that's kind of where we've left it with them. Obviously, they have to get bank financing, which the medical user and stuff really helps for that, but 7% obviously hurts the profitability, so which requires a little bit more TIF increment. We, as Ed has said, we are currently have our TIF folks, SB Friedman, looking at this to see if it generates what they need to make the numbers work, and then from there we'll negotiate and see where we're at. So there is some significant progress. And then additionally, if you could, just let everyone know where the process is at and where the process is at with the schools.
Mr. Chairman.
He has some more to update on. Any questions on the?
This is on parcel B.
Okay.
So I just wanted to point out as well, like the economic headwinds that we have here are proposed, or what we ideally had wanted in parcel B would have included a key hotel. But what we heard back was that most hotel developers are not for going after any developments in Illinois. And not only that, the very high taxes in Cook County has pulled all of them out of the market. So I just wanted to make sure that we're noting that we're going after these alternative solutions and we're just not getting them because of the economic headwinds.
Thank you, Trustee Campus. That's important to note because we want to be as flexible as possible with, obviously, ideally, the village wants to limit the number of residential. In order to capitalize on some of the benefits that a residential development would offer to this, overall development would be to maybe look at hotel. But there's barriers to the market that prevent that from happening. So part of the reason why the mayor and the board are considering residential is because of that specific barrier that won't allow hotels to be developed. So
and what should be noted, and not only tie it back to why we're doing this, which is those robocalls, is that it's 120 units. So there's no way that what was said is anywhere near would nearly be accurate. Also, they are not. This is a developer market rate proposal, and if you look at 9750 50 currently. There are only a handful of students going to our schools from those locations, because mostly it's adults that want to live there, because there really aren't a whole lot of amenities for children there. So that's what we would expect to see if, and right now they don't have any plans to put residential there, but if they were to put 100 units in there, that's what it would be.
So as the mayor mentioned, there are a lot of moving parts to this. In addition to the moving parts on uses, land uses, we have SB Friedman, who we have a contract. The board approved a contract with SB Friedman as our TIF financial advisor, and they have completed their TIF district eligibility report and redevelopment plan, and they have found that the area is TIF eligible. So that is one hurdle that we have to overcome, and we have